Welcome to all the Phoenix members. It's Troy McCarthy, your president. I'm bringing to you today the President's Report number 2 for 2016. A number of items we'll be going through today, including our Level 1 coaching, our Mission 30, Mission 100 update, the grading meeting that comes up next week, just an overview of the uniform costs, the Boys and Girls Coordinators job overview, our complaints process, A men and A women. So we'll start off with, what do we want to start off with? Our Mission 30 and Mission 100. Now Mission 30, for those who have seen it, apologies if we're going over it again, Mission 30 is what I wanted to implement to ensure our basketball clubs has 30 boys and 30 girls at the under 10 level. This becomes then a feeder through to our under 12s, under 12As, 4Ds, etc., and a flow through. This is the minimum number that I think our club needs to ensure that we stay strong and progress forward. I'm happy to say that we got over 30 boys in under 10s, and at this stage I think we've got about the 20 in the girls mark, so we'd still love to see some more girls come on board. So if anyone knows of any girls that would fall into the under 10 bracket, please bring them along. In conjunction with that as well, so we move to the next part, which was Mission 100. That's to do 100 development hours through the club, so that's 100 paid hours. I can say that Brad Cartledge has started us off by doing each week and ensuring that the rookies teams, both boys and girls, he's been going from group to group to group and just doing some basic overviews. Now we will structure that up a little bit more as we get into the season proper. Okay, so we're into about round 5, I think now. What we want to do is then break that down into specific skills, such as it may be defence, it might be shooting technique, etc., etc. Now, whether that's Brad or someone else, that doesn't matter. It's just something to make aware of, that it is something that we want to get across to all under 10s to ensure that their first steps are the right steps. With that, Rob Brown is also doing some development later in the week, which we will see different things. We might even be doing a course very soon where it will just involve the coaches. It could even be sitting in the G-Lab in the arch there, so sitting down in front of a whiteboard and talking about even something as basic as how do we actually break down our hour training session and what we want to achieve within that 10-week mark, 20-week mark, and in this season it is a 30-week season. What we want to achieve at 30 weeks is to be playing finals, of course. Next part. Arch update. This is one that we're going to bring up now, just as a potential. It's out of the club's control. If you look at Court 3 at the Arch, you'll see that it's all been done up with the woodwork, etc. That's all planned to happen on Courts 1 and 2. Now, at this stage, we're not sure of when, but if it does happen during the basketball season, which we are hoping it won't, it means that the Arch will be knocked out for 5 or 6 weeks. So there will be an interruption to our current training plan. I just wanted to let everyone know it may not affect us all, but I'd rather be upfront and say be expecting that there could be some real upheaval there with our training. This week, coming up after round 6, it is a grading meeting. Just to explain what the grading meeting is where some representatives, say myself, Kelly for the girls and Mel for the boys, we'll go and sit there and meet with the BBA and talk about not only our own teams where they're graded, but also other teams. So I know a few of our teams in some of the blue divisions may have been getting a bit of a hammering. We'll be pushing for a lot of those teams to go up to a yellow division. Now, a lot of the grades have not already had a yellow division created. So just so for those parents who don't understand, it is A grade, then to yellow, then to blue, then to red. And a lot of the grades at the moment are sitting with a lot of teams in a blue division with no yellow. Okay, so that's some of the things we'll be talking about. With that, it's also the last step for us to formalise teams, okay? The things that we look at is training attendance, game day attendance, your coachability, okay? So there may be some movements within our own Phoenix teams depending on where we want and where we fit and the dedication of each individual. The next one, uniform costs. Just want to highlight that we've got approximately 60 teams across Phoenix. Okay, so there's about 45, 46 junior teams. Now, just the weight of numbers of that, a training singlet that we see on there now is roughly around the $40 mark. So when we've put in these new teams, just remembering it's about a $300 cost just to get the singlets for those children. So you imagine of us entering 5 or 6 extra teams. Okay, there's a $2,000 mark that just comes straight up. It's just something to be mindful of because we seem to lose or find it really difficult sometimes to chase our tops down at the end of a season. But just remember, it is a lot of money that our club puts into and ensures that your child has a singlet on their back and doesn't have an additional cost to you as a family member. Amen. Recently we split our Amen from one team to two, which is an absolutely magnificent achievement and something I'm really proud of. How this has happened is that we've split and got commitment from a lot of our 18A boys, and I say thank you to all those boys who have stepped up. Okay, so we've got that way that we've ended up with the squad of 7 or 8 in each of the Amen, but there's about 3 or 4 boys around the under 18 rank or just out of our under 18 ranks that are making those teams work. So hopefully those two teams can have a great season. Okay, and we'll see our young boys. It is a really important thing for me to see that these boys have got a pathway, that after under 18s they're not stuck and don't have anywhere to go. So good luck to those two teams. Very proud moment for our club, because we were struggling to keep one Amen team just a few years ago, and to have 2 is a fantastic result. Now we flip to the other side, which is our A women. Our A women have got 5 or 6 ladies in there, hanging in there. Well, A women are struggling. So if there are any women out there that used to play, could play, or know someone that will play that could help our A women out, it would be much appreciative if you could actually contact us and say, hey, get on this. Let's think about some of the young girls who have gone across to netball in the last 5, 6, 7 years. Okay, let's drag 1 or 2 of them back and help our A women out. The other thing too I want to highlight there's a couple of young girls who are committing week in, week out from the under 18s. Thank you to you two. And also there's a couple others filling in quite regularly for us as well. So under 18A girls, thank you very much. I think we've got 4 or 5 of the girls committing there on and off basis. So that's holding everything together from there. Complaints process. Just want to, when we have approximately 500 people within our club, there are going to be complaints. Things aren't always going to go how people would like them, and that's just a part of life. But just remembering 60 teams is what our committee looks after. It is a massive, massive job. So people are going to be upset, not going to go their right way, etc., etc. What I don't want to see is you picking up the phone and holding someone up and speaking to someone for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, okay, to bring that complaint up. Or vice versa, ringing 5 or 6 people and getting some support. If you've got a genuine issue and you want to raise it, please, please, please just get on the email, okay, and send us an email and say, look, I've got this complaint. In writing, I have something to work with, okay, and your complaint will be looked at and will be dealt with. Verbally, we will not be bringing that up at a committee level at all. I will not listen to verbal complaints. So if it's good enough for you to sit on the phone to complain about, it has to be good enough for you to sit down and put it in writing. I don't mean to sound harsh, but as I said, when you're talking 500 odd people, we could sit on the phone every day and listen to another complaint. Okay, it might be minor, but it's still time that we as volunteers don't need to be spending on the phone. So please, I can't ask it anymore. Put it in writing. With that, I think that's about it for the moment. Oh, last thing, level 1 coaching. It is something that our club's been very proactive in the last 4 or 5 years. I think we've put through over 30 people through level 1 coaching, and it's something I want to continue. The club paid for those 30 people to do their level 1 coaching. However, that's been taken over by Basketball Victoria, which has also then unfortunately put the cost up from about $70, $80 a person up to $150. So what we'll be doing is identifying coaches that we think are doing a great job. The cost being $150, then we may ask for a $50 input from you, the person. But if you're interested, again, please pop it on an email and say, hey, I'm a current coach, or I would like to be a coach, and I'm certainly very interested to do a level 1 position coaching. What I'd love to do is actually say, okay, we're going to put through 10 people. And if those 10 people put in $50 each, okay, we have a $500 there, and the club may subsidise around $1,000. Now, don't mark me on those words. I haven't actually spoken to our lovely treasurer, Anita. She'll probably give me a kick in the bum for saying that. But that's sort of something that I really want to make sure that we put another 10 level 1 coaches through the Phoenix program. Okay, thank you very much for your time. Okay, and I'll see you again in about a month. If there's any issues or problems, email. Thanks for your time.